It's finally here. It's here and I love it. What's up everybody? Welcome to the Life of a Board Gamer. My name is Daniel and yes, I know in intro I completely spoiled this review for you, so you basically know what I think about this expansion. But if you want to know some more into details what I think about it, stick to the end. But yeah, today we are going to take a closer look at the era, medieval age, expansion, rivers and roads. You know how much I love era, you know my undying love for it. And when I heard that there is expansion coming, it was a must for me. It was like top priority to get it. I still don't have that collector sets 2 and 3, but I'm in a process of getting those and I will be reviewing those most definitely. But in the meantime, we are going to talk about this expansion. So let's get down to the table. Let me show you what you get with this expansion and then we'll share some more thoughts about it. Okay, let's check out what you get with this expansion. So first of all, you get a rule book, and it looks like a big rule book, like lots of going on, but it's pretty simple, pretty easy. So basically it explains you, teaches you how to play scenario with roads, how to play with rivers, and then if you want to combine both of those, or if you want to randomize scenario, or if you just want to cram everything in the game, it's really your option how you want to play this expansion. But yeah, that's the rule book. It's pretty easy, pretty clear, pretty simple to learn this expansion if you already know how to play the base game. So each of the players will get one of these cheat sheets depending which scenario you play. If you this is all the expansion content that explains you what all the sides of the dice do and what the new buildings are for. And over here you can see all the structures from the base game, and the disaster depending which scenario you play will change. This disaster with 3 skulls will change. So yeah, you get all of that, and as you can see, the score sheet is like a, as my friend said, it's like you need to write an essay. How big it is. You score a lots of different things in here. So yeah, what you get in this thing, in this expansion, as you can see, lots of buildings. We are going to go through these, but first I want to tell you about these cards. So now you will have these cards. Depending which scenario or game you play, you will put these cards on the table, and as you know, once you deplete a certain amount of buildings from the game ends. And let's say, for example, you buy all the wharfs, and you will just flip it, and now you have an X. And once you have enough X's, the game will be over. So each player will get one river that flows through entirety of your board. So it will go from the edge to the edge no matter how you put it, and you will have to work around it. And there is also going to be floods. As you can see, you will get like these flood tokens that you will put on your board. And the best thing is now you have in the walls you have these like gates, because the roads can go outside the castle, and you will put them like so. And you also get armories that are like walls, but they also bring you swords. There are wharfs that will give you an ability to change resources. And there's also like these trade fairs, or I'm not really sure how they're called. There's also roads, and there's also like these little bridges that go over the rivers. If you want to, you go over the river. And you also get a bunch of new buildings like little churches, chapels, and some of these like lumber mills to provide you extra building each turn, or quarries that will provide you some stone throughout each of the when you collect resources. And basically that's all the things that come with this expansion. Okay, so that was era medieval age expansion, rivers and roads. That's a lots of words. So yeah, I already spoiled you this review by telling you at the start of the video how much I like this one, and it's true. I love every little thing about it. Every little thing. I have one third world problem with the game, but we are going to talk about it at the end. So first, let's talk what you get with this expansion. So first thing first, you get some new buildings. Now you can get a quarry that can provide you stones. So if you're rolling poorly, if you are like want some stones and you can't roll them, you can get them with the quarry. So that's really nice. You already had lumber mill and farms for wood and food. These are like three basic resources in the game. There's also one more, but those trees are like most important almost. So yeah, you get all that and all these new buildings, and that's really cool. But the main thing of this expansion is rivers and roads. So you can play either with one or with both or with other or with both or with everything possible. So there are included, as you saw, there's included some scenarios that tell you how you can set up the game for each of those scenarios. Scenario 4 is basically just cram everything on the table and play the game. But yeah, so first, let's talk about the rivers. Now you get a river, and if you get these three skulls on like this disaster track, of course, that you have in the game, you will not get like those scorched earth thingies, but you will get flood going on around. And good thing is that that doesn't happen that much, but still, it's there. It's an option. This flood can really mess you up. So if you have buildings by the river, you they will worth some extra points. That's the main thing of it. And there are some buildings that are specifically made to work with rivers to help you change resources, stuff like that. And we have the roads expansion. The roads, basically how many buildings you have connected to the road. That's how many points the road will score you. And there's still an option if you build a castle around it, like you wall in a 360 wall around some buildings, they will worth double the points, or if they are by the river, they will worth triple the points because they are already doubled by the river. So that's really, really neat. Also, what you get in this expansion are these cards. Now you don't have these tokens that you need to flip uh, because these cards they are absolutely, they should have been there from the start. These are absolutely great things. So basically, you will just lay cards on the table, either if you're playing the scenario or you are just playing like a random game of whatever you want to include, like everything. You will put those cards on the table. They also hold lots of information about the building, so each player also have these like a big cheat sheet with everything explained. But also you can take a card and see how many buildings are needed for the setup and stuff like that. So these cards are absolutely essential for me. These are just great things. And yeah, the one that's basically all the good stuff. It is, this expansion brings so much great stuff that you can, as my one of my friends, Slaven, you know him, he's on this channel from time to time. He said that there is with this expansion, even with the base game, he said, because he played it for the first time, he said there's like a ton of things going on, and with this expansion there's like so much things that you can play entire night just this game alone. And I think he described it well. So you get so much new content, and it's not overwhelming. You can include it bit by bit. It's pretty easy to include stuff and to exclude stuff from game to game, so you don't have to worry about that. You know that I don't like stuff like those when they happen. But yeah, uh, it works just great. This expansion is just awesome. Two little things that I have like a third world problems with is there is no new dice. And if I like anything, I like custom dice in games. That's what drew me to Era right from the start. And as you are building city, because I like city building theme, so there was like two things: custom dice, city building theme. I was like, yeah, I want to have it. So I was hoping that there would be maybe included some dice with this one, some unique and different new dice, but there is none. So I hope that I believe we are going to see some new experience for this game in the future. I believe they will maybe try and include some new dice. At least I hope so. And that's one thing. And the other thing is that those cards that I was talking about, these cards, I have that collector set 1 promo, and there is no card for collector set 1. So there is no card that explains those three buildings that come in a collector set 1. Basically two, because you use the church, but you know what I'm trying to say. There's no cards for it, and that's what bothers me. You have to have that this like a paper pamphlet while everything is on cards, and I don't like that. So I would wish that there were cards there that described how the building works and how all the sides of these dice that you get work. But sadly there is no card for that. But there are cards for those collector sets 2 and 3, which is really good. So yeah, that is that. All in all, these are like third world problems. I still think this, if you like Era as half much as I do, I think you should definitely check this one. It is such a great expansion that brings so much new content, so much new and interesting things that you will have fun for hours. And yeah, that is that. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for spending time with me. Do check out my Patreon support channel that way, or just subscribe. Every little bit is enough. And I'm going to sneeze again, and I really don't want to. So yeah, see you next time when I will be trying sneezing less. Until then, pozdrav. So yeah. And this expansion is not excluded, of course. Not excluded. Of course, it's included. I mean, it's not bad, but it's just too much of a thing going on the table. And what you really want to do is sneeze right now and completely have to start this over. You know, sometimes it's hard when you do this like 6 times in a row because you are sneezing all the time, and I really want to do it on a one go. I don't want any cuts. So yeah, try 7. And I need to go and blow my nose. Oh man. Okay, the nose is blown. I hope these allergies will stop soon because I'm at the edge of it.